I grew up in a church-going family. I was the firstborn child. We lived in a very small town in South Texas. We were in a different denomination than I am now, so my parents had me baptized as an infant. And I grew up believing the stories that I had always heard about Jesus at church. But my family still had a lot of problems. There was alcoholism, there was physical and mental abuse going on, there was a lot of fighting going on, there was adultery and a couple of divorces, and eventually a huge move to the big town of Houston, big city of Houston. And as a result, I grew up just very insecure. Whenever I was 12 years old, I was in a confirmation class like all the other kids at my church, and I was confirmed. But really, my faith was just my religion. It was just a ritual. We prayed before we ate, we prayed before we went to bed, but nobody really believed that Jesus still answered prayers. Nobody really seemed to believe that Jesus could still perform miracles. Everybody in my family was kind of like me. It was just something that we did. We went to church, and that was just it. It didn't really make a difference in our lives. But when I met my husband, I started coming to Sagemont, and Jesus really started changing things for me. God just opened my eyes and started showing me things. And I realized one day that even though I'd been baptized as an infant and I'd been confirmed, I had never personally asked Jesus to come into my life and my heart and be my Savior. And that was my next step. I said a prayer, I asked Him to come in, and that's when I started seeing changes in my life. Started having answers to prayers. I started seeing miracles. That is when I realized that my faith was not my religion, but now my faith is my life. My name is Janell Keith, and that is my reason.